Yessenia Manzo, and I am the hate crimes prosecutor for King County. And good afternoon, and thank you, Chair Goodman, for having me here and members of the committee. I am here in support of this bill 1052. I am going to give two specific case examples. Changing this specific language in the statute to add the in whole or in part because of language is essential to being able to enforce hate crime laws. The current because of language has been the main barrier for jurors during hate crime trials. Jurors are interpreting the law to require that the defendant's bias be the only motive. This is problematic because most hate crimes are mixed motive, and even in cases where bias is clearly the only motive, every defendant can come up with some sort of other excuse for their violence. I want to give two case examples of trials that convey the importance of this bill. The first example is an anti-Black hate crime. The defendant was a white male. The victim is a Black male. The defendant and victim were neighbors in the same apartment complex. The defendant in this case berated the victim for over 2 hours straight, repeatedly calling him the N-word, threatening to shoot him with his AK-47. He called him a monkey. He referenced the jungle. He told him he was going to kill him and his N-word dogs. When police arrested him, he asked police why they were arresting him and not the N-word with the dogs. On the transport to jail, he continued to yell about how he was going to come back and kill that N-word, and he yelled that he hated N-words and that N-word specifically made him hate all N-words. When he got to the precinct, he saw a Black female officer, and he threatened to punch her in the face because she too was an ugly N-word bitch. During cross-examination, he got up on the stand and proudly, with all these facts, stated that the last time he checked, racism was not illegal. His defense for his threatening conduct and all that racial bias was that he was sleep deprived. The jury found him not guilty, and they said it was an easy verdict. And they said that race was not the only reason for his behavior, and they wanted a sleep deprivation expert, as if sleep deprivation is somehow connected with racism and violence. The second example is an anti-trans hate crime with extreme hatred. I have provided photographs to the committee members of this case example. The victims in this case were two transgender women. They allowed two cisgendered women to stay with them in their apartment. But after a financial rental dispute, the defendants decided to destroy the victim's apartment, covering almost every square inch of that apartment with homophobic slurs, transphobic slurs. They dead-named them. They wrote cis pride all over the walls, and they destroyed and defaced an LGBT flag in the middle of their living room. Even in a case with such extreme hatred, the jury still struggled with the because of language of the statute. This bill allows prosecutors to be able to enforce the hate crime law in practice. The legislature has made significant changes in the recent years that bring greater accountability to defendants in cases involving hate crimes, and this really is another important step in that direction. Thank you. And